I'm going to try, and I'm going to get this done. I am going to get a vlog out today. Oh my goodness. I recently had to do something I really did not want to do. And I had to completely scrap a draft of something that I had been working on, a work in progress. And I think it's not a fun thing to do. It's so hard to recognize. I don't even know like how to describe it. It's like, and I don't even think I would have scrapped it if it were not for my critique partner. So let's go back to the beginning here, and let me just put this in perspective. So I've had a really rough few weeks. And not just myself, my whole family. We've just had a really rough few weeks. It started about mid-January when my husband lost his job as part of the tech layoffs in January. And then we had this head cold from hell go through our family. It was bad. My daughter brought it home from school, and then I had it, and it went around the family. It was not a good cold. it was not a fun time. And then after that, we got COVID. And somewhere in between that head cold from hell, that head cold and COVID, I can't even like correctly remember which date, but I think it was literally the weekend between me having this really bad head cold and then us getting COVID. I had a meeting with my critique partner, and I have been working on the next section of The American Blood, hoping to mesh these like 2 short stories and intertwine the plot lines to flesh it out to a full novel. That was the goal. Needless to say, I got to it was like chapter 6, and it was just not working. And so a couple of thousand words. I don't even know if it was a couple of thousand words. It was like a good 60 to 80 pages of writing just scrapped, and I did not enjoy that. And so I spent a lot of time when I was resting and trying to recover from COVID, just trying to figure out what I was supposed to do with what am I supposed to do next with that. And how I want to proceed with that project, because it is a project that I want to continue with, but having to start back from square one is not a pleasant experience. I don't like having to start over from scratch. I don't even like going back and editing. I don't even like going back and editing. So if I can, I really try to write as cleanly as possible per section. Like, I will draft a section, and then I will edit that section until I'm happy with it. And then once I'm done going through the book, I really do not like going back and making changes unless I really absolutely have to. Having to scrap that many pages just sets me on edge. And I think part of it is that I have one of those plot lines I was working on was thoroughly fleshed out pretty much. I knew what was happening. I knew which characters I was working with. I knew the challenges they were going to go through. I knew the ending. I have written a draft of that before. But the second plot line that I was working on to try and interweave with this plot, I have not fleshed out. It was just this barest idea, and I think that was my downfall. Is like I needed this extra story to flesh it out into a full-length novel, and I don't have it. It's not up here yet. I can't think of it. I can't see it in my mind. And it was not coming together. So it's so hard. I don't know how I want to move forward with that project. This project is the American Blood is very, it's a story very close to my heart. I really, really like the characters I'm working with, Reese and Jack. This story spans almost a century in my head, and I want to do it justice, but it's almost outside of my reach at this point. It's like I've written the beginning. It's set in 2013 in Seattle, where the Jack is living, and it's the whole story of how he gets involved with the vampires. And then I've started on the next full-length novel, which takes place about 60 years after this story. And then between these two novels, I have these snippets of stories that happen that kind of add this backsplash flavor to the next novel. But none of them are enough of an idea to create a full novel. So I don't know how I want to do them. I think I want to continue with the short story idea and then bundle those short stories into one book. So that way they still happen in chronological order, and they're these flashes of, they're these pieces of Jack's life that then influence the next book, full book, which is a full urban fantasy detective book, I guess. Jack gets tasked with trying to find this girl who's on the fringes of the supernatural world, but she's not actually supernatural herself. Jack ends up teaming up with a FBI agent who is also looking for this girl, to kind of pool their resources together. And it's just got the full urban fantasy. It's set in Seattle. There's this tangible will they, won't they between Jack and the FBI agent and all that. And I love that story so much, and I want to share it, but at the same time, I got to get to it. So it's been a long few weeks, and I'm still trying to process and get there. But at the same time, I've got to write. I've got to keep writing or I'll lose my mind. I have been working behind the scenes to get set up for streaming. Today I got to spend on the few hours I had at home, I spent learning OBS, to do some overlays with my streaming, so it'd be kind of fun and interesting. So we will do that. I think I've just got to figure out the lighting in my office, because it's just not great. So I will be working on that over the weekend. So my hope is to have a live stream next week sometime. I do not know exactly when that will happen, and there's a good chance I might even have some impromptu streams going up between now and then to just kind of test and see if I can get it running without any like major crashes or anything like that. So anyway, we are all healthy again. We're gonna hope it stays that way. Knock on wood. My husband has found a new job, so we're not like strapped for cash or anything, thankfully. It's just been a roller coaster start to the year, and I'm just here for it. I'm taking it each day, one day at a time. I cannot tell you how many video blogs I have filmed, recorded. One actually made it through edits and then deleted itself as I tried to save it. As I tried to save it to upload to YouTube. So I'm just like, pray for me. I'm going to get this one right. But anyway, I love y'all. I miss you. I'm still here. I am working hard to keep up with the vlogging. If there's any content you would like to see from me, drop me a comment below. I will see what I can do to work it into my rotation. I want to do some write-ins in the next bit, some like write with me's, like going out to write somewhere. I want to do some co-working live writing sprint streams. I will hopefully have some more like gear stuff coming up as I kind of organize my writing gear and get ready for some upcoming trips I'm taking. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace, love, and happy writing, y'all.